welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get updates. Really excited for today's video. It's Tuesday. I try to test my palate on Tuesdays, and I think I have a really special beer to do that. It's a homebrew, which I'm super excited about because it's only the third time, unless I'm forgetting, that I've reviewed a homebrew on the channel. It's courtesy of Dominick, so thanks so much, Dominick. I really appreciate it. And it's cool. Like, I'm using this glass because I was like looking at my where all my beer glasses are in the cabinet. I was like, man, I used to use this glass a lot with wild ales and many beers that were Bretted. And it was like the next day he reached out and mentioned he had some home brews and asked me if I was interested in reviewing them. And I was like, yeah, for sure. What do you have? And he mentioned this one that has Brett, and it kind of like willed it into existence. Like, oh, cool, like. I was in the mood for one and got thinking about it. So it's called What the Funk, Brett Fermented India Pale Ale featuring Citra, Mosaic, and Cashmere, and it's 6.2% ABV. Being a Brett beer, when I opened it, there was a lot of foam. I had to clean up a little bit, which is not a problem. It's a risk you run with a Bretted beer like this one. So I cleaned up and decided to cut that out and refilm it. And he talked to me yesterday. He's like, make sure just don't go easy because it's a homebrew, and I want the feedback. And I just want to say that because I don't think it's a knock that a Bretted beer did that. But anyway, sorry, this is like the third time I've done this because of some technical issues. It's a beautiful gold color. And very like sunshiny. It's just a wonderful yellow color. The head is white. It's just because it's been sitting for a little bit. Yeah, I mean it's just a beautiful white color, small bubbles. They were sticking around for a while. Like I said, it's just I've had to film this or start this a couple times because of some technical issues. Plus the first time where it went all over the place. But yeah, I mean it's a beautiful looking beer. Let's get to the aroma. You do get that like unmistakable Brett thing. Also this awesome level of lemon zest, lemon peel. It has that citric acid tartness, kind of like, like Smarties or something like that without the sugar. Just that tartness. Which is so much that lemon. There's an earthy quality. You can see why some people maybe say like, wet horse blanket or whatever. Like it's not that full on funky or anything, but yeah, I mean it just has that unmistakable Brett characteristic. It's a relatively dry smelling beer, and you can smell sweetness. This is not that, is what I mean. Yeah, it's again. I'm trying to like really, dive into it. If I can give a critique, I will. But like, it's a really lovely aroma. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Mouthfeel. It's nice, spritzy a little bit. You get some of that. Lemon zestiness. The aftertaste, it's a little doughy from the malt. I've said this in other like reviews of like some sour beers, for example, where I like that doughy thing at the end. For some people, at least based on a couple comments I got, maybe I'm thinking it's more common because I only got a couple comments on it, that some people don't like that. I kind of like, it's like another, in the roller coaster of flavors, it's another flavor, and I like that flavor, so I think it's cool, but some people knock that flavor, so that's probably just up to personal preference. Initially, there is some sweetness to it before it dries down. That lemon zest really comes through. A little bit of orange, a little bit of grapefruit, but it's mostly lemon for me. That sweetness up front is very interesting. I have to go back in because that lingering dryness and then that doughy thing. It's hard to remember the initial sweetness. That initial sweetness, actually, it's, you know what? It's more citrus. That is cool. It is more citrus, but it's more of the juice, and then it gets into the skin, the lemon oil, the lemon zest. I know I kind of keep going back to the lemon well, but that's what I'm getting the most of. You know, between the Brett and the Citra, I get a decent amount of citrus with Citra. I'm not overly surprised. Cashmere, I've had cashmere plenty. I can't for the life of me remember what it kicks out. And then, you know, Mosaic for me, although I haven't been getting it recently in a lot of Mosaic beers, is berry. I'm glad that Dominick is calling this a breaded IPA, but like it's more tart than bitter, like how you think an IPA is. And again, I mean, to me that smells everything. Ah, there it is. Okay. Green apple. Not in an infectious, because some people, there's a nice, it's almost like cidery. That's what it is. Yeah, get rid of the green apple. It's a dry cider. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad I came up with that, because that's one of those things. As I finish this off camera, I would have picked up on it and been upset that I didn't say it on camera, you know? I mean, like I said, you know, I'm trying to delve into it. The only thing is, and I don't know how you get rid of it, would be that doughy thing at the end that I like, but not everyone likes. But like, and it's 6.2%. You know, like it's kind of, it's in that sweet spot where it's very drinkable, but also commands your like attention, which I love. You know, there's nothing wrong with just a beer you can chug. Like that's cool and it has a place. Excuse me, but like a beer that can drink quickly, but while I'm drinking is also kind of reminding me to pay attention, I think is pretty cool. This does that. Yeah, man, I wish I had a little bit more of like critiques or whatever to give. I do. I think this is drinking really well, and that level of tartness and dryness is really cool. Yeah, thanks for giving me the opportunity. Yeah, this is cool. Have you had a breaded IPA before? Do you think that it got rid of some of the bitterness and kind of went to more of a tart, dry place? Very curious what people think about, you know, adding Brett to a beer and what that does, and if you have to maybe change some of the style in your mind of what you're tasting, or should be tasting, I should say. But yeah, anything, everything, you do homebrew, whatever, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Dominick, I think this is a really good beer, man. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.